Yay, we have made it to the last and final step of this series. This is going to go a little bit fast, but I have a bit of time to tell you guys what I'm doing. So we left off attaching this to the crown, and you flipped it down, right? You flipped the band down. If your iron has a steam mode, then you don't need to spritz it down with water like I do. I just have my little iron, my cute little patootie iron that doesn't create steam, so I have to create steam myself. An ironing board works great for this because you could just put it on over the edge like that and sew it down. I mean iron it down. Why did I say so? So what you see me doing here is I'm just kind of pulling down the band and like I'm pressing it so that it's like nice and flat. But also make sure that you are paying attention to the inside of the seam so it doesn't like kind of pull up. You want the seam to be facing downwards, okay? After you do that, you're just going to fold in the bottom band and iron that, press it down so that it stays nice and pressed and leaves that pressed so that it's pressed. How many times did I say press right there? Before I turn it around, I like to iron down that band because the bill part is a little bit trickier, so I like to give it a good iron. Now we're going to turn it around, flip it out or flip it inside out, whatever. I have like that little stickiness right there that I happen to make, so I put that there so it doesn't stick to the cap. And now I'm going to iron down that band area because like I said, the bill part is a bit tricky, so I like to try to get it as flat as possible before I start. Here comes the magic part. This is how you make your cap reversible. I'm spritzing it with water again. If your iron makes steam, you don't need to do this. You are going to fold the fabric down until you see that stitch right there. That is how we attach the band. So I fold it over until it barely covers that stitch. And I'm going to do this all around, finish the whole cap, not finish it, but you know, fold it all the way around. If you want to use a ruler and like measure it so that you know it's like 1 and whatever inch width, you can. At this point, I've kind of got it down, so I don't need the ruler. But take your time on this part. It gets a bit tricky where the bill area is at. So make sure that you're like pulling the bill down so you get that fabric like nice and stretched out so you don't have a lot of, I guess like air bubble-ish kind of things. Also, if you are looking for the pattern, I'm just going to plug myself here. I do sell the pattern. I sell most of the sizes and they include 4 different depths for each one. So now all I'm doing is I'm taking it and I'm pinning it. I pin it from the inside out. So I take the pin, I go in through the inside and I kind of pin it down to hold the band down. I know it went a little bit fast right there so you can't really see it. The only place that I don't pin down is the bill part where the band attaches to the bill. I leave that until I turn it inside out. So once it's out here, you see me pinning it down. And then I also add pins sideways, if you could see right there, because I have in the past noticed that sometimes like the sewing foot kind of like drags the fabric, so it ends up being like kind of sideways. I don't know how to explain that either. There's a lot of things I don't know how to explain, which is why my patterns don't really have instructions yet, because I haven't been able to do written instructions for you. But I feel like videos help too. So now that we have pinned it down, I'm going to just sew my stitching down. This is where you can do your decorative stitching, whatever kind of stitching you want to do. I just do a top and a bottom. So I do the bottom first, and then the top, you want to make sure that it's below the top of the band. Also remember to remove your pins, please, because if not, your needle's going to hit it and then you're going to break your needle and that's not going to be fun. Alright, now we are done doing the top and the bottom stitch. I'm just snipping off those threads and I am going to show you, I think, how it came out. I'm removing the pins, but we did it, guys. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of myself. We did it together. If you have any other questions, just message me, drop it in the comments, whatever you want. I can make like a more detailed video if it didn't make sense. Just let me know what part didn't make sense. But you just made your own reversible cap. Yay! Lo hicimos. We did it. Also, show us your results down in the comments. Add that picture. We want to see your cap. Alright guys, bye!